Welcome to level 3, day 10, Righteous Tiger Qigong. Begin, get ready for swimming dragon. Stretch to the side. Really squeeze your legs together, make a middle so you can stretch the outer side. Now coming down the midline with the palms together. Let your left elbow come across the throat. Straighten the arms, go through the middle. Now this bottom piece, really let your elbows come in and push against your belly, both directions. So then the middle is the opposite direction, and when we come up, we go across the throat the other way. So coming up, stretch up. Down the middle again. So the breathing here is what they consider like kind of a natural breath. It makes sense to really pull the belly in, and this lower one, pull in, pull in. I find myself exhaling there and inhaling when I come to the standing position. Inhaling coming up, and then exhale coming down. Oh wait, go side to side first. So inhale again. Come down, exhale. Lift the left elbow, go across the throat. Now start looking for your waist. Halfway through the middle one, you kind of do both sides of the waist. Whichever side you started, you do that, and then through the middle, you stretch the other side. Back across the throat, and inhale, stretch up. Exhale, coming down. Go across the throat. Take an inhale there. And then exhale. Long exhale, both directions. Inhale through the middle. Exhale across the throat. And then inhale to stand. So that's the second round. A round is both sides. So stretch to the side and stretch to the side. The swimming dragon is excellent for metabolic purposes. Come down the midline, across the throat. Metabolic purposes because it helps to synchronize the three burners. The lower burner, where we're always directing qi to the lower dantian. Then the middle burner is where our liver and spleen and stomach are. And then the upper burner is heart and lungs. Inhale, stretch up. And coming down. Get ready to go across the throat. Cross. Inhale over through the middle section. Compressing the waist and compressing the lower abdomen, both directions. Inhale back through the middle. Exhale across the throat. And inhale, come to standing. So when those three burners get in sync, metabolic and cellular function is improved. Okay, we're preparing for the 5 animals. I got to find my spot. Preparing for the tiger. Okay, you knew this was coming. You need to make the tiger one more active. And this, how we do this. Welcome back to the horse stance. Sink down. Good. Now, you'll stay in horse stance the whole time we're doing the sequence of grabbing, pulling down, open, lower down. The inhale is when you grab and make a fist, and the exhale is when the fist opens. Grab and make a fist, pull down, follow the hands. So your hands are, your eyes are following your hands. Grabbing and pulling up, look up. Inhale, strong inhale. Exhale, open the palms, and inhale, straighten the legs. Into Tiger 2. So preparing, inhaling, coming up. You're going to pounce to the middle, okay? Forward, make claws, and then that wave action coming up. And remember, the tiger exercise helps to regulate our liver qi. A good example of dysregulated liver qi would be when our muscles are tense all the time. So there's no true tone. They don't relax, and then it's hard for them to even, contract again because they're already contracted. So this shows us we want to make very clear when we're totally relaxed, we relax, and when we're active, we are active. So this helps the cycles of our body, the sleep-wake cycle, hunger cycles, repair cycles. Those are all regulated and on the liver clock, so to speak. So doing something purposefully, saying, yes, I want to be totally relaxed in this wave action coming up, and then exhaling strongly to the side, and then totally relax. So being very clear with the body when you are relaxed and when you are active. And translate this to your day. Build time, build space in your day where there's not compulsive busyness, because this never gives you time to relax, and the liver then is being the boss all the time, and the other organs are just really over your liver. So give them time, give them a break, several coffee breaks, and time in your day for spontaneity and magic. So finishing up the tiger. I mean, even think about a tiger, how it is totally chill. And then when it's not. It's fierce. We prepare for the deer. So the deer dance steps, where you're going from empty stance into front stance. So I'm going to show you with this empty stance. I'm going to shift my weight over to my left. There's no weight in my right leg. Now I'm going to step that right foot out into front stance, and then the body turns and your deer horns are looking behind. You're in front stance, front leg is bent, back leg. Now you go back to back stance to empty stance, shift step exactly to the side, step with the left foot, and swing around. So a lot of the times it feels awkward because your legs aren't right. So really work with your legs first, and I promise it will feel more natural to stack the arms on top of a good base. And stepping and turning. And stepping back. Step and turn. Turn back, shift weight, step to the side, shift weight, step, and turning. So you're in that front stance. Weight, asking for more weight into the front leg. Shift back, arms up and over. Shift weight over, and step forward with the left foot and swing around. Turn back, arms up and over, and shift back. Very good. I hope the deer is getting a little bit more stable. And preparing for deer 2. Get ready to prance. Step forward, front stance, the hoofs come down, shift back, back stance, back knee bends, forward again, front stance, and shift back, give a little prance. Front stance, hooves down, shift back, backs of the hands are together, forward, and prance it out. Moving forward, hooves down, shift back, and forward again, and shift. If you're not comfortable with the jumping prance, just bring your leg back and shift it around. The prance is really just to remind you to change sides and give a little flair. So from the side, you are stepping forward, wrist flex, shift back, front legs bent, back knees bent, forward again, and shift. Step, hooves down, shift back, then forward again, and last prance. Good, prance it out. Let's harmonize chi in between. So lifting, bringing the palms up and then lower down. Do it again, inhale. My arms are going out, I'm pulling chi back in and letting it move down. Prepare for the bear. I'm going to bring the hands, now come up the right, over and down the left. You can give a little bend in your knees so it doesn't feel as rigid. You can have a good roll in the hips and let the shoulders and the head kind of come along for the ride. Switch sides. Really move this energy from your core, big circles. And this is also where we really want to be moving when we come into bear two. So you're going to empty stance it, and you're going to step out to the side. So lift up 45 degrees step and turn at the waist, front stance. Back stance is going to turn you the other way. Front stance is going to turn you the first way. Back stance, turn again. Bring the back leg up and stomp. Twist at the waist. When you go, make sure your legs are moving the weight first. So front stance, turn. Back stance, turn. Front stance, turn. Back stance, turn. Front stance, turn. Back stance, turn. Front stance. Really looking for that waist mobility. This helps with our digestion, helps with absorption of food. That's what the bear does and the spleen energy does. Harmonize in between, coming up and lowering down. Preparing for the monkey, number 4. Lifting up and turn and look. Balance is first, then more of a turn. Lifting up and turn and look. Turn back, shoulders down, hands down. Grab and lift up and turn and look. Lower heels, lower hands. Lifting up and turn and look. You're zipping up the front, the paws come together. Turning the head so we get the neck rotation. And this ultimately helps the chest and neck connection. So they move in. We want those muscles to move independently. Preparing for monkey 2. So remember, this is the step, the empty. Start with the empty. Empty out that right leg so you can step back at a 45-degree angle. Now bring that left leg with it, and we get empty. The right hand's going to be under the left elbow, because the right hand's going to be what we reach for the fruit. So step, front stance, grab with the right. Now pull it back. You could just go back into that empty stance, and you're eating the fruit. Step back, shift, and turn. You're going to turn back to where you started, front stance, grab the fruit. And step back, empty stance, turn, front stance, grab with the right hand, shift back, Weight's in the right leg, empty stance in the left foot. Step back with the left. Step forward with the right. Grab for the fruit. Pull it back. Remember, you can't step a foot if you have weight in it. So that's your cue. Which foot do I step with? Well, which one's empty? Now shift, you're putting weight back on that right leg. Empty. Step back. Step forward. So when you're doing this in your living room or wherever you are, you'll know you're doing it correctly when you go zigzag diagonal behind. Okay, harmonize chi in between. Lifting up and then lowering down. Inhale, palms up, exhale, lower down. And we prepare for the heron or crane. So the first one, we make the beak, look under the arms, and then exhale, arms back, leg lifts, and working to get maybe parallel to the ground, maybe just with the back leg as a kickstand. Really, that's irrelevant how low down your chest goes and whatnot. What the important part is really the lungs. Opening your lungs, expanding the breath fully, and really learning balance has to do with this perfect combination of strength and flexibility. I like to have a little bend in my standing leg when I lean forward, whether I'm going all the way forward or not. Coming up, and I just feel I'm able to adjust a little bit better. And preparing for Heron 2. Heron 2. Lift the arms. The arms just come up a little bit above the shoulders for the first one. Knee lifts. Arms lower, legs lower, and then all the way up if you can. Kick leg straight out, and then lower, arms down, leg down. Lift up, lower down, and lift up, kick it out, and lower down. Halfway. See where you're breathing. Now that we're starting to get very familiar with what these are, look and watch for that breath. When you lift the arms to the sides, can you breathe in like the location of Da Bao, the side ribs? A good way to think of it is the side ribs are like bucket handles. They need to lift up, out, and up. And your arms in this position really give them an advantage to do that. Side to side, shifting weight as usual. Empty out that leg before you lift it up. Preparing for Qi Lao Qi Gong. Lift Qi up, pour Qi down. Head touches sky, feet stand on earth. Be respectful. Be quiet. Only harmonizing thoughts. Think space. Think body. Entire body is harmonized with Qi. Begin to practice. Flex the wrists and moving arms forward. And then they're slowly moving back, pulling back. So when you are harmonizing yourself for the first third, it is an appropriate time to think of parts of your physical body, parts of your emotional body, spiritual body that do not feel in harmony. And intend for them to come back into the whole. Our mind is capable of thinking of a lot of things simultaneously. So we are layering. We are intending and pointing and directing energy We are directing the breath, and with the mind, rather than pushing away, pushing that physical discomfort away or pushing that emotional discomfort away, invite it back in to the whole of you, and allow it to integrate. Allow it to now vibrate in the essential energy that you are. Palms together and bring it down the midline. So the harmony, integration, point fingers forward. Make a triangle. 3 times, pushing and pulling. So modifications we are asked to do along the way are a way to integrate, make something more acceptable, more doable. So the resistance starts to fade the less we resist. Moving out. Check in with your legs. When the arms start moving around, sometimes we lose our legs, I call it. You want to keep your legs together. There's a little bend in the knees. The legs together is harmonizing your kidney chi, kidney energy. Your low back loves that, loves a little bend in the knees as well. Moving up and down 3 times, we are giving and receiving, collecting, gathering, offering. Turn the palms up and lifting chi overhead. Pour chi down. 1 cycle of breath. So if it's the morning time and you're a little sluggish, you bring in fresh chi here. If it's evening time, you allow that energy that comes through Ba Wei to clear and cleanse. So bringing hands around, deliver chi to Ming Men, gate of life. Tuck the chin, roll down, legs strong and together. That shows you how low you go down. As long as your legs can stay together or moving towards one another. There's our 3 times, our turbine. Legs strong and together on the way up. Roll up. When you get to the navel center, deliver chi, the dantian. And then our arms by our sides. So we prepare for the second round, second third. We lift up and flex the wrists. And here we look for the harmony, the intention of harmony with ourselves and our interpersonal relationships with others. So very heart-centered intention, and now it's appropriate to bring in to this second part of it any type of conflict that you're having with another person, and looking and asking for a new way to see it and a different way to move intentionally with your heart. If it's a long-standing one, you really need to gain a lot more perspective on it because it's definitely not working. If it's recent, you may have an easier way to shift it. But looking for a new way, and you see how we open the heart, we open, receive, give, absorb, then we bring all that energy up and offer it and pour in new insight, new thought, and then look where it comes. It comes to your celestial eye. And coming back to Yu Zen, reach in between the shoulder blades, then reach under the shoulder blades to now give yourself a hug and thank yourself for being open to look at this and work to resolve some type of conflict. Moving to navel center. And then we come down the front of our legs. Legs strong and together, and you're doing your 3 times. If you really are working on this and you need to just do 1 in the time frame of the 3 times I do it, or the form says you should do it, give yourself permission to do that and roll up. So sometimes a new perspective is also opening up to a new way to learn, a new way to progress. We get attached to it being linear and getting progressively, incrementally better every day. Well, we get to change what better is. Better awareness is really ultimately better. If you've kind of skimmed over parts of the form, don't quite grasp it, well, now's the time to look and see for a different way. This third part of it is our relationship with the world. Reaching forward with your right hand and come around. Spiral around yourself so legs stay together. Come around that shoulder. And then other side. Find Chi Hu. Push with the finger and come around. The wrists will be crossed, and get some space, your arms off of your chest, and 3 times. Pushing and lifting. Arms come off, roll around the wrists, palms together, and inhale, reach up, stretch up, stretch higher, and pull Chi down. Move arms forward. New insight, new awareness. Deliver Chi to Da Bao. And then gather Chi behind. And women, right hand first, man left. I don't know if y'all noticed Ziggy over on the shore, lying in the moss. She gets a little anxious on the rocks, and it's not relaxing for me. So slowly breathing. Bring the palms together. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to my teachers. As always, have a great friggin' day. So what I'd like to do now is talk through an optional meditation, standing meditation. So if you're done, be done. Give yourself permission to be done. This is going to be roughly 5-6 minutes. We do the first part of the form. So you flex your wrist and we gather Chi back and forth 3 times, just like the form. Cultivate Chi. And coming around and deliver Chi to navel center. Turn the palms down, come around behind, and deliver Chi to Mingman. Gate of life, gate of destiny. Lift, deliver Chi to Da Bao. Moving arms forward, deliver Chi to Yin Tong. Turn palms up, come around. And pour Chi down. And lift Chi up so the palms will come together in the midline. And when you come down the midline, rather than stopping at the chest, you're going to continue down out in front of the dantian and make kind of like a cage, and the chest is doing this odd thing. It's like trying to be concave, and an interesting part of, allowing time for meditation, they say, well, when you're really busy, meditate for 20 minutes. But if you're really, really busy, meditate for 1 hour. So I'm happy that you made time for this standing meditation. Because in the long run, being more mindful, slowing down, usually saves us a few steps. We become less reactionary. The intention is to become less reactionary. Let things play out, give things a pause. So bringing into the meditation the relationship with yourself, that discomfort or pain that you're experiencing or experienced, the relationship with other people, and then the relationship with the world. It's a very powerful time to bring in the external conflict that's happening and bring it into you and let it harmonize within you.